Hello and welcome to Soundscape Vietnam, episode 17. This is a podcast highlighting the music makers and influencers in Vietnam from the north to the south. My name is Jeremy and I'm your host. Joining me today is Chơn, a Saigon-based Vietnamese musician who is the lead vocalist of the rock band B.O.F, a singer-songwriter and aspiring producer as well. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Jeremy, for inviting me to appear on this show. I'm really happy and also nervous because this is like the first official interview of mine ever.
Oh, wow. I feel so special doing that.
Yeah.
It's funny that so many people have said that they're excited, but they're also nervous, even though they have played in front of like big crowds of people.
But
so I think that's interesting.
But like talking is really different from playing music.
That's true. That's true. You have to be right up in front of someone.
Yeah. and like because this is like 100% in English, so I'm scared like I will make some mistakes.
No. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Yeah. And I very much appreciate that you're willing to speak for a long time in a different language. So thank you.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. I just mentioned that we're here in Saigon. You're living in Saigon. Is this where you're from originally?
Yeah, 100%. Oh, not really 100%. Actually, my great-grandfather, from my dad's side, he came from China.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can say like I have a part of me is Chinese.
Right.
Yeah.
Can you speak Chinese?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that is a very common question. People ask me, can you speak Chinese? But sorry guys, I don't know how to speak Chinese.
Okay.
Only Vietnamese and English, yes.
Right, okay. Well, I find that interesting because I've had students in the past when I was a teacher who were Chinese Vietnamese, and they were learning English and Chinese at the same time.
Oh.
And I always felt so bad for them.
Oh, actually, when I was in university, my department, they forced us to study a second language besides English. And then I was very excited to study Chinese, but I failed miserably.
Oh, no.
It's hard. The words and the pronouncing is very different.
That's okay. I didn't do very well in French in university, so I understand.
I was studying French too.
Oh, okay.
A little bit better.
Okay. Très bien.
Oh, merci.
Okay, so you're 100% Saigonese. What was it like growing up here?
Depends on the area you live in. For me, I lived in District 11 when I was first born, and that area is full of Chinese, Vietnamese. So there are a lot of good food there. Yeah, I'm a foodie, so I always dig into good food. And I think like that is the only place that I can call home. Even though like after that, I live in other different places, District 2 and even Binh Thanh District, and now District 12. But for me, District 11 is the only place that I can call like my area, my home.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to go try some dim sum there sometime.
Yeah.
And when you were growing up, did you start music early, or how did you first get into music?
Ooh, very interesting question. I think like when I was 8 or 9, and television is a big invention of a human being. And
Definitely.
And yes, I watch a lot of music videos on TV, and that was when I first got into music.
Okay.
I still remember like the first rock band I listened to was Linkin Park. In the end.
Okay, great song.
Yeah. And then I was into Backstreet Boys.
very different artists.
Yes. And after Backstreet Boys, I started to like there was something growing on me with kind of music.
Mm-hmm.
And besides listening to music, at that time my dad also bought me a harmonica and a flute, and then I also asked my dad to buy me a guitar, but unfortunately our financial statement at that point was not really good, so it was really expensive to purchase a guitar. So no, I cannot I could not afford a guitar, so instead I just keep listening to music and buy CD at the CD shop and listen to music and learn the lyric and sing whenever I go, wherever I go. Yeah.
So were you one of those kids who was like always singing in the bedroom, in the shower, like waiting for the bus, like always singing?
Yeah, almost. Even like when I go on the street, like my mom took me to school, and like I sat behind her back, and like I just wandering around and like seeing the things around me, and like I try to sing. I still remember like I sing "Nothing's Gonna Change My Love for You." That's crazy.
That's a classic.
Yeah. I was into a lot of genres. Even until now, I'm into a lot of different genres.
That's good. So when did you realize that music is something that you wanted to do seriously? So you were always singing as a kid. You wanted to try learning different instruments. You're listening to all kinds of different music. So at what point did that switch to like, okay, I want to sing for people, like in front of people?
Ooh. I think that is for many years later. But I have to point out one big event, turning point for me was when I was 14 or 15. That's when I first started to beatbox.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, on TV, I saw a guy do beatbox, and then I was too curious, and like I was amazed at like how can a mouth can imitate a drum set and some harmony, like something like that, and I was really impressed. So I went on YouTube and watched some tutorials and like chatting with my friends and like asked them how to do it. Even joining a beatbox club in Saigon.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I was the first female beatboxer in Saigon.
Oh, cool. Maybe Vietnam. Maybe all of Vietnam.
I think.
I mean, Saigon's the biggest city, so like it's possible.
There was one sister, like older sister, one friend. She lives in Hanoi and she also beatbox.
Okay.
Yeah. And then after I started to beatbox, I got into hip hop first, and also on TV again. On TV again, I saw a competition, a band competition, and that time I just told myself like, "Whoa, I want to form a band. I want to play music," and things were going north from that point. I just like go with the flow. So you asked a very interesting question, like when did I want to play for people? Maybe 4 years ago or 5 years ago, I started to have that mindset. Okay. Before, I just like, okay, I just want to make music. I just want to play music, but I have no intention.
Can I ask how old you are?
Oh yeah, I'm 27.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, I see. Okay. It's hard for me to tell people's ages sometimes. So.
Oh, it's okay. It's a very common question in Vietnam. I know it's very impolite in other countries. But
but you got to know the pronouns.
Yeah.
Correct pronouns. Okay, so 4 or 5 years ago, and is that when B.O.F started, or when did that start?
Oh, B.O.F.
B.O.F or B.O.F?
But
I mean, I would say B.O.F. But
B.O.F.
On the show, which we'll talk about later, I remember them saying B.O.F, and I was wondering if that was correct or incorrect.
Of course, it's incorrect.
Okay.
In our own way,
Okay.
I'll say B.O.F.
B.O.F. Yeah. Okay. So body's on the floor.
Yeah,
correct.
body's on the floor.
Okay. So when did that start? When did you guys start playing together?
2017.
Okay.
2017, but we changed a lot of members, so
Right.
I am the only original members
Okay.
from 2017.
The lone survivor.
Oh yeah. I formed a band with a guy, a brother, yeah, and he played drum, and like he asked me like to form a band again. Actually, like before B.O.F, I play in several bands, but it didn't work out, so I gave up playing in a band for like 2 years. But then there's still something inside of me just tell me to go and play music with friends, with your mates, and that's how I started B.O.F.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the idea behind the band? Like you said that it seems like beatboxing is kind of the first serious sort of music thing you did.
Yeah.
So how did you go from beatboxing, which is like rap, hip hop kind of genre, into the like sort of hardcore rock that you do with B.O.F? How did you go from one to the other?
Thank you for asking me some very interesting question today, because nobody really asked these aspects. I never really realized. Oh, I think because there are two things running at the same time. The same time I beatbox, I was into some nu metal music, like Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit, System of a Down, yeah, and like there are two things running through my mind, like okay, forming a band, playing rock because I like listening to rock, and also I like listening to rap. Yeah, shout out to my biggest idol, Eminem.
Oh, okay. Shout out Eminem. Hope you're listening to the show.
Yeah. and then I just like kind of like learn how to scream first when I was 16.
Okay.
Yeah. I learned how to scream because I listened to some deathcore bands. Yeah, do you listen to deathcore?
That's a little too far for me,
yeah.
to be honest. I always appreciate the musical ability of any kind of band that's good. But at the same time, it's just not something that I enjoy.
Yeah, not your cup of tea.
Yeah.
So like when I was 15, 16, I started to practice how to scream. After we finish our study at our class, like I would stay there for a little while with my friend, and like we practiced together. It was terrible at first. Also beatbox, everything was terrible at first, and like your family and especially my mom just asked me like, what you doing? Just stop doing it, like it's so nonsense, especially beatbox, because before the perfect sound come out, you must experience a lot of weird sound.
Right.
And like people just wonder what you're doing.
Right.
And I cry a lot, you know. my cousin just tell me like, you should quit screaming and beatbox because you rather go practice how to dance rather than doing these things. It's nonsense. And then I was like very little girl, so I cried. But I say no, I won't give up. So
that's good. That's good. You didn't give up, and that's interesting. That you were doing beatboxing at a time when hip hop wasn't really that big in Vietnam.
Yeah.
So like the hip hop wave has been the last several years, but but really intensely in the last like 3 or 4 years or so.
True. After the Rap Week show.
Yeah, that was that. I mean, I've been here for 6 years, so I've seen like how, not as much as Vietnamese people would notice, but I have noticed like trends in music, and I could see that like rap went straight up, like straight to the moon. So you were doing beatboxing before that, so people must have thought that was kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people maybe judged you for doing that, or didn't really understand.
Yeah, they didn't really understand. And you know, even until now, like when you do beatbox, people will make fun of you, like, oh, you spitting something out and just stay away from me. I don't really like that joke, please. I don't really like that joke. It's kind of offensive.
Yeah, I mean, a good beatboxer is not spitting.
Yeah, it depends.
Or a little bit.
But they're just joking, like, oh, bring the umbrella here.
Yeah.
Like, it's fun at first, but not really.
I'm laughing because that's the first time I've heard that joke. But
oh yeah, Vietnamese.
I won't say that in the future.
Okay.
Well, I want to go back to B.O.F. How would you describe the band's music?
I think right now, even though we last for like 5 years, but within these 5 years, a lot of things happened. A lot of members changing constantly. And I think like not until these 2 recent years that we started to make serious music. So I think we still have a long way to go to define our kind of music. But I would say we have a little bit influence of nu metal. Yeah, a bit of rap and singing and screaming a bit. And I just want to make some songs like catchy songs and like people can do the headbang and the most important factor when we're making song is make sure that it's catchy. Right.
Yeah. And I mean that's a natural thing. You want people to enjoy it. Yeah. And if it's not catchy, then people won't enjoy it. Basically.
Yeah. Like they have to feel it right away. Like at the first time they listen to the song, you know, like there are some songs. The more you listen to it, the more you will find it better. But for me, I want like people must have the first impression of them about the song must be like, oh, it's a good song. Right. Not just wait until like the 3rd time or 4th times.
Right. Yeah, and I guess that if you can't do that as a band, then you won't be successful. Because people will just get bored.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that makes sense. You said that you're the only original member. Have there been any other women in the band?
Yeah. There were a bassist and a keyboardist before, but they all left.
Right.
Yeah, due to their schedule. Right. So they cannot be with us anymore. Yeah, and now it's just me. Yeah, only female.
So what is that like?
Tough. Really tough because not just because being a female, but because it's also of my personality. I'm not really a tough person. I'm really shy and nurturing person. Like I like to care for other people. So you know when you're in a band and sometimes you have to make some tough decision for your band and I cannot make it because I care about other people's emotion and I'm afraid of arguments and fighting in a band, so I try to avoid it as much as possible. And I'm also a hesitating person because whenever making a decision, I will take a look at all of the possibilities. So it will take me a long time to have a good decision. So, and also I'm very sensitive, emotionally sensitive. It's easy for me to cry. And you know, being in a band with a lot of guys, it's hard. Right. Because guys in my band, they don't see me as a female. They see me as a
bro.
Yeah, a bro. Yeah. and they will say something and then you will cry or like something like that, but it's okay. Right. And I have to take care of them because I think I have, because first I'm a leader and secondly because I'm older than them. They are really young and whenever I view them, I see them as my little brothers. So I think I have to take care of them. And I just hope that I don't know, like playing in a band is hard, and you keep playing in a band. Maybe some days this guy will leave the band. They will have another future, another plan for their lives. But I hope that as long as they stay in the band, I will help them to keep the passion for music and like keep making music together, something like that.
Yeah, you raised some interesting points. First, that it's difficult being in a band, like managing different personalities, especially if some people have very different personalities, but you love the same kind of music and you love creating music together. But personally speaking, maybe you're very different in the way you do things or the way you think about things.
Yeah.
And then there are differences between men and women sometimes, like emotionally and the way we think. So I can imagine that would be difficult for you. Have you had any like fan support that is based on your gender, like kind of people saying to you like,
"Ooh,
oh, it's so awesome that you're a woman, like in a rock band," that kind of thing?
Oh, a lot. Even for beatboxing or do whatever things I'm doing, they just say, "Oh, you're a female," and like what you're doing is really incredible. I think so. It's good and it's bad. It's not like bad, but sometimes you just want people to appreciate your music,
right,
regardless of your gender.
Right. Like doesn't matter where you're from or what you look like, just how the music sounds.
Yeah. So it gives me advantage and also disadvantage at the same time.
Right. Okay. And we'll go a little bit more into that in a minute. But now I want to ask you about Rock Viet. So the for those who are listening who don't know what that is, it's Vietnam's first reality rock band competition. And there was a really famous show called Rap Viet, which was a huge deal, made a ton of money, made a lot of people really popular, and like jump-started tons of careers in rap and hip-hop. And so then this TV channel decided to do a rock version of that. I don't think it's the same company though, right? It's a different different company. So they decided to do a rock version of that, and I was actually on that show too, but not very successfully. But Chơn and her band B.O.F were also on the show, and you guys made it to the second round. The second round, right? Yeah. And you were the fastest band to get the buzzer, though, I think.
Oh, really? I don't know.
Because because I watched your episode, and that's how I knew who you were at first, because I watched that episode because it was the episode after our episode. Mm-hmm. So I watched it, and then I'm sorry if you're listening out there. I don't remember the judge's name, but the guy with the leather jacket,
Mr. Hip,
on the left, the one that chose you.
Mr. Hip.
Yeah. So it was like 5 seconds, and he pressed the button. It was really fast. Like I don't think you had even started singing, or maybe it was just like when you just first started singing, it was just like boom, he chose you. It was really quick. Unless they edited it to like look faster or something. I don't know, but
I don't know, because I remember like not until I finished the first chorus, he would press the button.
Oh, really? I thought it was. I thought it was faster.
Maybe another band.
No, I think it was you. Okay. Well, anyway, so you guys were on the show, and you got through the first round. What was that experience like for you in general? What are some of your thoughts about it?
Oh, I would like to tell you a story.
Okay, yes, please do. That's what this is for, telling stories.
So as you know, like before, so I saw the advertising of this show on Facebook. Mm-hmm. I think around May last year. And then I asked my bandmate to join this show. And after that, pandemic happened, lockdown happened. We have to stay at home for like 3 or 4 months, right? Yeah. And during that time, the only thing that kept me alive was music and this TV show. I don't know why, but like something inside of me just tell me like, you have to survive. You have to survive to join this TV show. Like there is something waiting for you there. You have to make it. You have to make it happen. And it was tough. It's really tough, joining this competition because originally my band, we only have 3 members, drum, guitar and vocal. And like we have to find a bass and a keyboard to fill in the band.
Right.
So it was tough, and like we don't have much time to practice. We only have like 2 or 3 weeks. And during 2 or 3 weeks
before the audition.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Or before the video audition.
After the video audition.
Okay.
Because during the video audition, like we still don't have the full band. We just
right.
Yeah. And then after that, we would just practice like crazy. And I remember I was really stressful. I feel so stressful because our song Rơi, the first song, the lyric, they didn't accept the lyric, so I have to change it a bit.
Why?
Because they say
was
it's
there cursing or something?
Not cursing, but it refers something to depressing, and they don't like it.
Seriously?
Yeah, because on TV you must represent something brighter and more appropriate.
Yeah, but come on, it's rock music. Like, rock music is all kind of emotions, including often like depressing.
Yeah.
And a lot of Vietnamese music is depressing.
True, but but that is the rule, the
broken love.
Yeah, unspoken rule when you on TV in Vietnam.
Okay, I didn't know that. Our songs lyrics are pretty aggressive. Like,
oh yeah.
The lyrics are like talking to someone like who's a hater and basically saying like, screw you, you don't know anything. So I don't know, maybe because it's in English and so it's like whatever, but yeah. So you had to change the lyrics to make it less dramatic.
Yeah. I was stressful because I have to learn the lyric like within 1 week before we shoot.
Oh yeah, that's difficult. Yeah.
I felt really crazy because I just remember the old lyric and then the new lyric and all of them crazy. And then the rehearsal day, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep ever before that day. I only slept until 2 a.m. I woke up and I don't know why, but I felt really anxious. Around me, there's images of the judges. I feel scared. I don't know why, but I felt really scared. And also, I had some problem with my throat at that point because I practiced a lot.
Right. So
I didn't get enough sleep.
Right.
So it was a nightmare. And even during the shooting day, things were not really going well for me personally. I sang really terrible. Yeah. Like much worse than when I practice.
So it wasn't as good as what you knew that you could do.
Yeah, because I was really nervous.
Right. But you got through.
Yeah, but still like I blame myself a lot. After we finished the shooting and then we went outside, I cried a lot. I immediately called my friend. Shout out to Phương for listening to me when I'm crying, my best friend. I'm scared that if that episode just after that episode is on air and like everybody will listen to our music and they will judge. They will just like, okay, their music is good, but the vocal is not good. Right? Okay, I will not like their music. I'm scared because of me that I will affect my band's reputation. Right. So I feel really stressful.
Right. So when you found out that you were going to the next round, did all of your worries go away, or did you feel even more worried about the next episode?
Oh, the next episode is it was more relaxing a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, because some stuff happened again with my band during that time.
Mm-hmm.
One of my bandmates, the bassist, he got COVID, so we have to find another guy to play.
Oh, okay.
So it was so it was okay. So I think, but the second song was not really easier to listen to than the first song. The first song we play, I think the listener they will find it's easier to listen to. The second song is kind of a bit heavier.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that your style of music, that kind of style, unfortunately is not the greatest for a show like that, because they want things that are kind of in a certain vein, like a certain area. And that's just how it is. But I do wish that there was a little more variety.
True.
And that maybe there was like a judge that was a hard rock player, you know, because that kind of music isn't really represented in the judges. So it's kind of hard to like be judged by people who don't know about that kind of music. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, because at the end of the day, that is a TV show.
Yeah, it's all
hard.
what they want to do.
Yeah.
But from being on the show, I imagine you got a lot of messages and a lot of new fan support, right?
Yeah, true. After the first episode was on, I was in shock because I saw so many good comments about me and my band, like, oh, the screaming, the screaming part. They all like the screaming part, and I was surprised because, as I told you, I'm scared. I'm scared like I will affect my band's performance. But when the song is out, I'm very happy because everybody loves us and support us, even though like we play not really popular music, but they're still supported somehow. And I got a lot of good feedback from my friends and even strangers. I remember like one stranger on Bandcamp, they donate us like $10 or something, and they just say like, I felt really after the second round, and they donate us, and they say, I feel really sorry because you guys cannot make it, but I do hope that you keep making good music, and I feel really appreciate because there are a lot of supporters.
Yeah, I think one thing that I noticed from being in the experience also, and then observing it after my part was over, is that even though the fan base for rock isn't huge in Vietnam, the people that are into rock are really into it, and they're very knowledgeable, and they are very supportive of small bands, big bands, like the VN rock community. Shout out to those guys. Are really cool. Like, a lot of people were super nice to me when I posted in there. Like, after the show, there were like tons of people sending me friend requests, and I was like, I don't know you.
Getting some fame.
I don't know you, but okay, I'll accept. And just seeing the support for all the bands on the show, and then like other bands too who weren't on the show but are in the rock scene, is really cool, and it shows that there's like a really passionate group of people in Vietnam who are into rock.
We always say like rock never dies.
It's
just a phase. like you as you mentioned, like there would be a trend like what kind of next genre would be popular. So like right now it's rap and hip hop, electronic music, but I think maybe within the next few years maybe it's time for rock and other kind of music. Who knows?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, I love hip hop and rap, but
yeah.
I would like to see rock be bigger in Vietnam.
Used
for sure.
used to, but yeah, not now.
Yeah.
About to.
Yeah, on the way up.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that a group of people decided to do the show in the first place, to put their money into something that they had no idea if it would be successful or not. It was like a big gamble to make a show like that.
Yeah. Maybe I think because they also have a rock passion.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't think people would do it if they didn't care about it. I mean, of course there's the money side, but like you still have to want to do something. Yeah. Like you won't do something you hate necessarily just to make money and spend all that time doing it. Is there any lesson that you learned from the overall experience of Rock Viet? Like, what's kind of the number one thing that you learned from the whole experience?
I think the number one thing is if you want to do something, you have to be well prepared for it. Just don't wait until it is near and like you start to messing up around and you don't know what to do. You have to be careful and like make a plan. Yeah. That's the most important thing.
Great advice for musicians, because I think a lot of us, including myself, are sometimes lazy.
Oh, right. We must have some discipline.
Yeah. I think that makes a massive difference in who becomes successful and who doesn't. Because if somebody shows up on time and does what they need to do 10 out of 10 times, and then there's someone who is a better player than them, but they only show up on time 6 out of 10 times, then the guy who always shows up is going to be the one who's more successful.
True.
Even if they're not as good.
Yeah.
So what you said, I 100% agree with you. Very good advice. So now I want to ask you about your solo music, because I've listened to some of your solo stuff that you've put out recently. You put out a song. What's the name of the song?
The first song, Fragile. Yeah.
Okay, that's the one with the kind of old timey piano, right? Yeah. So yeah, that's cool. So you were singing in that, and it's like a lot softer than B.O.F's music.
Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit about what you want to do with your solo stuff?
I think like inside of me there are two persons. One person who is a bit aggressive, want to smash people just a bit, and like want to want to be a bit more masculine. And then there's a feminine side, a very soft side of me, where I just feel like I'm very lonely, and I want to share my loneliness with other people through music, and also I want to sympathize with people's emotion with my music, with my soft music, and for my own music, my main goal is I always wonder like, who am I? Yeah. And I try to answer that question. And I want to emphasize the misery that people have to go through. Because all around me, I see, why do people just make everything so hard? Like they're just drowning in misery and in sadness, and they don't know what to do. And I feel so sad for them, and even for myself, because that's why I want to make some music like that, to express my own experience and also to be with other people at the same time.
Okay, so it's kind of like a self-therapy a little bit.
Oh yeah. I think the first the important thing is when you make music, you make it for your own.
Right.
Yeah, for yourself first, and then you will care for other people.
Right.
When you are healing enough, you will start to heal other people.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, as musicians, we always believe that music is healing, has healing power.
Yeah.
For ourselves and for other people, ideally. And you made those songs. How many do you have so far as a solo artist?
For writing songs, I think I have about like nearly 20 songs.
Wow.
But not make it a final production. It's just writing with a guitar.
Right.
Yeah.
But how many have you done fully, like all the way through?
Maybe 4 or 5 songs.
Okay.
2 songs will be coming out this year.
Okay, great.
Yeah. In the near future, very near future.
Okay, great. Awesome. I'll look forward to that. So with these songs, you're doing everything though, right? Like the production and the writing and the playing.
Yeah, the song I post on YouTube, they are the songs that I do all of them by my own. During the pandemic again, when we start to lose hope and we have nothing to do, so I just accidentally find out a website that you can make music online.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
BandLab.
Oh, BandLab. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, BandLab's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's free.
It's
the
free.
best part.
Yeah. So like only with my laptop and like I start to experiment things. And I actually also like that song, Fragile. I just write it like in a week.
Oh, wow. Nice.
That's the first song I ever produced by my own.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Very well done.
Yeah. Maybe the mixing is not good, of course, but the whole song, the idea about the song is, I think I like it.
Yeah. It's got a good like structure and atmosphere to it. I like that it's kind of lo-fi. Yeah. Minimalist.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty trendy right now, and I think it's something that's good because now everything you hear like that's popular is so like overproduced.
Oh yeah, right.
You know, you've got like a huge team of people. At least for like the really high up like pop stars.
Yeah.
You know, they've got like 20 tracks of vocals and and like, you know, the whole track list is like 100 tracks and you got like 10 writers and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like I just feel like you kind of lose the essence of the music. So that's why I really like lo-fi. I listen to lo-fi a lot. Different kinds of like lo-fi chill beats and like lo-fi jazz and rap and stuff like that. So is that the direction that you want to continue in, this kind of like melodic sort of jazzy?
Not really.
No.
Because not jazzy, of course, because
I mean that's how the first song was.
Yeah. Only the first song.
Okay, only the first song. It
depends on the song I write, and then I will start to imagine like
okay,
what would I put into the song?
Right. So you're not thinking about like a certain
genre?
Certain genre. Trip hop. Okay. Yeah,
I want to do some trip hop, but I think I have to dig in more into that genre more. So I will do some trip hop songs. I don't know.
With rapping also.
Maybe. Oh, cool. I just only think about singing. Yeah. Rapping is good. Ooh.
Yeah.
Thank you for recommending.
You can do it. Like so, you may as well. Yeah. Do some singing, rapping, combine it together. That would be cool.
That's great.
So be on the lookout for that, everyone who's listening. So now I want to ask you about your goals in music. What are some of your goals for the band and then for yourself personally? So
for my band, we will release a music video for Rơi, the first song, within the next few months.
Oh, nice.
I'll try because we are in the stage in the post-production of the music video.
Okay.
So we'll try to release it as soon as possible.
Nice.
Yeah. And for myself, no. And then until the end of this year, we are planning to release an EP.
Okay.
Yeah. Contains 5 songs.
Okay.
Yeah. So I hope that we can make it
happen.
And
are you doing that independently?
Yes. With my band.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah, of course, independently.
Yeah.
Please, some record, please see us and like help us a bit.
Yeah, sign them.
Yeah.
Sign them. give them some cash for recording.
Yeah. and then for myself, as I tell you, I will release 2 songs in this year, maybe 3, but first is 2 songs.
Go for 3. I think you should go for 3.
Okay.
It's May. You've still got 7 months.
Okay. So every 2 months I will release one song.
Yeah. That's good timing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll listen to your advice.
The fans want to hear it.
Yeah. Okay. So 3 songs. 3 songs.
There we go. That's a guarantee there. Okay. So now we're going to do what I call quick fire round.
Oh.
So this is what you are not prepared for. I didn't tell you about this beforehand. But it's easy, don't worry. So there are 10 questions, either or. So you just pick something and you don't explain. Just give your answer and then I'll ask the next one.
Okay.
So this is quick fire of episode 17 with Chơn. Okay, number 1. Cơm tấm or phở?
Cơm tấm.
Okay. Cà phê sữa đá or trà đá?
Cà phê sữa đá.
Okay. Beaches or mountains? Long thought here.
Beaches.
Okay. Metal or hip hop?
Metal.
All right. Spider-Man or Doctor Strange?
Spider-Man.
Okay.
For on the memes out there.
Circle K or Family Mart?
Family Mart.
Motorbike or motorcycle?
Motorcycle.
Okay. Shopee or Lazada?
Okay. I only use Tiki.
Oh, no.
Okay, so Lazada.
Lazada.
Because one of my friends worked there, so I'll choose Lazada.
Okay. Party at the club or chill at the bar?
Chill at the bar.
Okay, me too. Be famous or be rich?
Be famous.
Okay, that is quick fire with Chön. Some of those you had to think for a long time. Shopee, Lazada, or Tiki. If you want to sponsor this podcast, then hit me up.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are coming to the end here. Is there anything in general that you just want to say? You're free to talk about whatever you want. Like, say thank you to someone, shout out to someone.
Oh, a lot of people I have to shout out.
Inspirational quotes.
But first I have to say, like, I have to thank you once again.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, because when you first invite me, I got really excited. Yeah, because first it's in English, and then it's like the first official interview ever about me. So thanks a lot for doing the podcast and like doing that for artists in Vietnam, musicians in Vietnam. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. That's nice to hear.
And like now I want to thank every people in my life.
Well, that's a lot of people.
Yeah. My band first, B.O.F. Thank you guys for always support me. And like, I know you guys tease me a lot, but I know you love me. But please stop teasing me, okay? I would cry. And then a shout out to my family. Even though like they don't really listen to rock, but they always support me. And then my best friends, Phương, Vi, Chị Hòa. A lot of people.
Yeah.
Okay. So like my best friends, okay, guys, I love you. Thank you for supporting me. Ý, chị My, yeah, a lot of people. And finally, I want to thanks for my lover, my partner. Okay. Thank you for being with me and always support me and encourage me to do the things I want to do. And always got my back. Thank you.
Okay, great. And thank you, anyone who's listening. Thank you for tuning in to the show. This has been episode 17 of Soundscape Vietnam with Chơn, who is the lead vocalist and band leader of B.O.F, Bodies on Floor, which is a great name, by the way. That's a really cool name.
Yeah.
Like I envision people just going nuts at a concert when I hear that name.
Oh,
because that's what the name is about, right?
Oh yeah, Bodies on Floor.
Yeah, like people moshing. Like,
true.
Like
but
partying at a concert.
The origin of the name was. Oh, I forgot to tell you about that.
Okay. Well, go ahead. We still got time.
So like B.O.F. At first, that was not the original name. The original name was The Storm, but then it was was not too special, so like we decided to change because we used to cover the song Bodies a lot, and the first reason is like that is like the signature cover of our band.
Okay.
And then the second reason is like around 10 years ago there was a very famous Korean TV drama, very very popular in Vietnam. It's called Boys Over Flowers.
Okay,
and the initial B.O.F.
Right.
So we wanted to make something like whenever people hear our band's name, they will be confused.
Okay.
What is B.O.F? Maybe it's a Boys Over Flowers.
Right.
But no, guys, it's a Bodies on Floor. Yeah.
So it's a little mysterious.
Yeah, mysterious.
Right.
And hilarious a bit.
Right. Okay. So that's the origin of the name, everyone. A little extra segment at the end.
Yeah.
So that's episode 17, Soundscape Vietnam. I'm Jeremy. If you want to follow B.O.F and Chön's music, I will post links to that in the episode description, so you can click there and you can follow them on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube and Facebook.
And Facebook. Okay. And you can also follow us on YouTube and Spotify. You can also listen on Apple Podcasts, and we're on Instagram too. Go follow us on Instagram because we don't have that many followers.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening, and that is the show. Peace.